Assalamualaikum and hi. These are our group members' name and our lecturer's name, Dr. Asri bin Marsidi. As you know, ICE is important for business management in public sector, but there are some challenges need to be highlighted. So, we are going to discuss the issues and the challenges encountered in accounting information system on small and medium scale business. Let's begin. What is an accounting information system? The system that provides information through process of data and transaction, descriptive and quantitative information for business decision making. SME can be defined as entities that register with SSM and other equivalent bodies that involve in manufacturing, agriculture, mining, quarrying, and construction. The involvement of SMEs in public procurement markets help SMEs to access and broaden their potential. Problem statement depends on manual system, encounter with current accounting system and problem, lack of sufficient infrastructure, faced with accounting management problems. The objective of this study is to investigate the issues and the challenges of the accounting information on small and medium-scale business. The significance: 1. Improve the development of economic growth in public sector. 2. Vital role in management decision-making. 3. Improve the operational and financial weaknesses. 4. Helps in planning and controlling process. The limitation of this study: first, limited access to data, difficult to redesign and restructure on this study. Second, lack of previous research studies on this topic that will be significant obstacles in finding. Next, we will move to literature review.
There are 4 parts of literature review. The first one is on the accounting information system. Information technology has changed the way we live, the way we interact, the way we work, and even has changed the accounting profession. Accounting has transforming from its traditional accounting procedure towards adapting the use of information system. Information system is a system that collects, store, and process data into information for decisions maker. Data can be defined as facts that may or may not be processed and will not cause user to take any action. Compared to information, it will always cause a user to take certain action. Accounting Information System (AIS) is a computerized system that combines the use of traditional accounting standard and information technology resources to guide the accounting activity within the organization. It is a system that organizations use to record financial transactions. It is a collection of subsystems that depend with each other, operating as a single accounting system which aims to provide data and information for users making decisions. The end users of AIS falls into 2 groups of people. The first one is internal users and the second one is external users. There are 6 components of AIS. The first one is people, the second one is procedure, the third one is data, software, information technology infrastructure, and the last one is internal control. In general model of IS, there are 3 stages of IS. The first one is data collection, the second stage is on the data processing, the third stage of IS is where the information are generated. There are 3 subsections of AIS. The first one is transaction processing system, TPS, the second one is financial reporting system, FRS, and the last one is management reporting system, MRS. Since IS store and provide invaluable information of organization, it is critical to maintain the reliability of the system. There are 5 basic principles pertaining to IS reliability. The first one is security, the second one is confidentiality, the third one is privacy, processing integrity, and the last one is availability.
Now we will proceed with decision-making process. Accounting Information System or ICE helps the small and medium enterprises to provide and present a better analysis decision-making by assisting the company in conducting its operation and activities. ICE also helps to provide information to a variety of interested users such as managers, stakeholders, and many more. The information from the financial statements will be used to make a good decision for the organization. There's an article or research written by Ibrahim where in Brunei, ICE facilitates SME in the decision-making process in order to provide an effective and increase the quality of decision made. As mentioned in the roles of accounting information system, the use of ICE has increased the speed in the process of producing financial reports and reduced the possibility of any ambiguous errors in the data processing. The effectiveness of using ICE depends on the quality of output that results from the use of information system. ICE is a means in providing financial information to the organization, and the financial information will be used for a decision-making process. ICE helps the organization to understand clearly and to reduce any uncertainty. It also helps management in planning and controlling the process by providing relevant and reliable information for decision-making process. Now we will proceed to small and medium enterprise or SME. SME is defined as companies that allow to have more than 50 but less than 250 employees in the company. The annual sales turnover for each sectors are different with the sizes of organization. SME Corporation Malaysia has highlighted that SME in Malaysia is 98.5% of the business established in Malaysia. Definition of SME covers all sectors such as manufacturing, services, agriculture, construction and mining and quarrying. SME helps the country to mitigate unemployment and contributes in the development of national GDP. In 2018, GDP in Malaysia has increased to 38.3% from 37.8% in 2017. SME is also financed by the banking institution where it provides almost 90% of total financing to SME. Until 2019, 9.1 billion ringgit has been allocated to SME to develop towards more technological advance of the country. There are two criteria to determine whether the company can be qualified as SME. They are staff headcount and annual turnover. Staff headcount is where the company has to make sure that the staff headcount does not exceed 200 employees. And the company should make sure that the annual turnover must not be more than 50 million ringgit. The staff headcount consists of full-time, part-time, seasonal and seasonal staff members. SME also has strengths and weaknesses. The strength of SME has a greater motivation to work, greater flexibility and less bureaucracy. While the weaknesses of SME are financial limitation, staffing and employee problems, and also difficulties to convince customers.
The last part of literature review is on the issues and challenges of accounting information system. Based on the literature review conducted by Fahmi et al. In 2020, it was found that as the SME have insufficient financial resources, consequently there are lack on the information system internal expertise that are needed for managing the system. Those SME may also struggling in exploiting the full functionality of the system and have a poor managing accounting information system. The existence of inhibitors such as cost, technology and security may hinder the performance of AIs. The researchers has also conducted an interview. Based on the response, it was found that there are challenges associated with ICE implementation within SME. The first challenge is the limitation of budget, and the second is the challenge to overcome the lack of expertise in managing accounting data and information. On the other literature review conducted by other researchers, they found that even though SME adopt the accounting system, those SME are still having ineffective information management, a poor control system, and they make decisions without utilizing the information and reports that are produced by ICE. Besides, it was found that the factor of resource poverty and lack of experience in practicing ICE affect the decisions of SME in implementing ICE. Muhammad, in 2012, has conducted research on the perceptions of Jordanian accountants on the towards the problems and issues faced by every organization that use IS, but we believe that SME will also definitely face the same problems and issues when they use IS. The results show that 37% of respondents assured that there is a risk of hacks and virus. 28% of respondents assured that the power failure is one of the challenges with regard to the use of IS, but it can be avoided. Only 24% assured that there will be an issue of data loss when used IS. There's no one issue that IS expert system have ridiculously high cost and it is just a redundant action. Only 5% assured that even though IS expert system have high cost, the using of IS worth it. 21% assured that computer file issue arise for using IS, and only 1% assured that expert system require special training costs that were considered costly if we compare with its advantage.
Good day and Assalamualaikum. I bid to Dr. Asri. My name is Azreeda binti Radin Shahrom, matric number 57676. Our research title is Issues and Challenges Encountered in Accounting Information System for Small Medium Enterprises. All of this study is composed of internet searches by keyword and subject searching which are associated with the issues arising on AIS in SMEs. Next, the method flow of the research. First, we applied guides and mechanisms to use sources from Mount Allison University for academic research. Secondly, we select sample. The arrangement is the part of this presentation. And the final step is the presentation of data, which also will be discussed as we going through this presentation. Now, let us look on the application of the guide in the internet sample selection. The guide assumes using basic familiarity with the internet. This method explained on themes researchers should aware in the usage of internet sources not controlled, as its database allow any kinds of new entries, makes it impossible to have control as all similar entries are now too vast as years passed. However, the guides line up alternatives to lower down the incompetency of internet sources for academic research. Reliability of the data. The criteria are date of publish, the identity of author, host site is to detect the origin of publish, and type of information, and purpose of the page. Type of information and purpose of the site page are assessed using judgment of researchers on the relationship or correlation of the sample to our study. Let us look at the example of the site that we chose to become our sample. Diagram above shows site page are being assessed whether it satisfy the criteria we propose to choose our sample and enable the site page information be reliable and relevant to become our sample. This is when the searchers begin. We use standard search engine for all the internet searches, which is Google search. To narrow down the results, only sample that match keywords of our study, for example, issue and challenges, including possible synonyms that have meaning per se, accounting information system, and small medium enterprise. Then, any results that come out to be most similar to our subject will be chosen, inserted into the search engine, and the results that appears on screen are believed to be in the range of study. Here, we can see that we inserted issues and challenges AIS SME as our keyword. All results that came out are mostly selected to become our sample. We are moving on to the next part, the crucial development in methodology of our research, which is content analysis. I am going to explain how we process the sample for data collection. Content analysis was carried out by searching the keywords that define issues and challenges such as weakness, drawbacks, cons, difficulties, negative, or any indicating synonyms identifying the research problem and feature. Firstly, we read through and understand the presentation of the sample. In this step, we judge the type and purpose of the information. Second step is proceeded when the sample is regarded as related to our study. We establish new sample and our unit of analysis. Subsequently, we continue the step to group the data into our unit of analysis. This unit of analysis are area on functions of accounting information system and 4-factor model called time model, proposed by Chen and Hamdan 2014. Finally, the data in analysis are interpreted into results. The qualitative content analysis used as followed the procedure recommended by Bose and Carnine 1999. For a clearer view, let us look at the table where we group the data according to unit of analysis. The first unit of analysis is area of functions of AIS: storage, process, manage, retrieve, and produce. Units of analysis are area on functions of accounting information system. The second unit of analysis is based on time model, which consists of time, infrastructure, money, and employee. As for now, I have explained on how data from our selected sample is processed for analysis. Soon, in the presentation on findings and results part, I will go through more the explanations upon adapting these two units of analysis in our data presentation. I am approaching to the end of methodology part. It is proper to be identified on the reason why we use internet sources as sample. This is because internet sources as sample of studies are beneficial. According to Benfield and Stemco 2006, it promises increased convenience, lower cost, and time investments. On a certain part where guidelines are inadequate to cover the gap, deductions is applied to relate all possible may be or are explained comprehensively on the judgment in results and findings. We declare that upon undergo this research, there is very limited research reports and materials of dysfunctional AIS among SMEs. Coming up next is the presentation on results and finding part. Stay tuned! Hi, let us continue with results and finding parts. How we group the data? It is based on unit of analysis. The findings from AIS main function is then more explained in time model 4 factors. Now, let us see the results for each unit of analysis. The first one is AIS main functions. Before I present it is friendly to remind the result is actually a literature indicating issues and challenges found from our online research sample. For example, for collection, the descriptive keywords on issues and challenges found related to it is new entrepreneurs do not keep records. The table above summarizes the findings on issues and challenges based on AIS main functions. For example, in the main function of AIS to collect financial data, literature supported that New entrepreneurs do not keep records, especially for cash flow, because SMEs, businesses and expenses and revenue, which is not day-to-day nature, are insignificant in the function of store financial data. Results showed SMEs track recording without robust accounting leads to duplication of data. For processing financial data, although upon implementing AIS in the business accounting management, the expected outcome from the system still varies on levels of efficiency and is believed to remain unsure. Subsequently, the system is criticized for being able to destroy organizations, prevent carrying out prime functions and processes, and facing the difficulty in assessing data, which each of the issues will deliberately explain in the discussion part. Next, in the function, the literature commented on poor management can result in high costs incurred. Other than that, SMEs will be struggling in exploiting full functionalities of AIS. There are also internal gaps and limitations faced in planning, implementing, and managing resources. And finally, the information system and technology evaluation is reprehended as difficult and hard to manage even for big companies. The function of producing products of financial data included critiques that AIS are not new to businesses but have not proved its advantage to SMEs. The literature also added the budgets and final accounts emphasizes social importance, which means products of AIS are more conducive for non-financial data disclosure than SMEs' main concern, as it is only for financial disclosure. For big companies, social importance is crucial for them to construct sustainability strategies, but for SMEs, that is not especially the concern. The literature also highlighted on poor information quality may lead to negative effects on the decision making and inaccuracy of data upon discussing the current situation of SMEs, which implementing SMEs are not ready for AIS unless they tailor-made the system that accurately fits all the roles that the business needed, and it is not cheap as said. Let's look at the interpretation of what I have explained before as summarized in this slide. Now, moving on to time model 4-factor unit of analysis. The table depicts a summary of keywords grouped into 4-factor model to further support results in the table AIS main functions. The findings are all explanatory, which are interrelated with each factor, and finally are utilized to explain the relationship of overall findings. Starting from the factor of time, we found that AIS is ineffective and time-consuming. This may be caused by the infrastructure and employee factor. In infrastructure factor, which commented on issues such as SMEs struggling to keep up the pace of dramatically changed technology and constant development of accounting programs, as discussed in the literature, is caused by the difference in information system and information technology fundamentals from larger organizations, further affecting AIS for SMEs as off-the-shelf system. On top of that, the adoptions of AIS are intervened by the existence of inhibitors, whether it's external or internal inhibitors. One of it is caused by resource poverty, leading to the challenges of job creation. The literature pressed on poor system control of AIS in SMEs required careful planning and strong justification process to be undertaken, thus the matters are complicated. Consequently, it makes AIS too sophisticated to be implemented in SMEs. Nevertheless, in employee factor, AIS is reprehended with its possibilities to cause drastic change in accounting profession upon the implementation of it. There is no doubt, without being the case SMEs may require to get external support to apply AIS, other than their own employee as the complex and sophisticated system being applied. SMEs lacks on internal expertise of information system and technology. Nonetheless, in the urge of having sophisticated improvement of AIS to enhance performance all the process in implementing AIS, SMEs will have to bear excessive costs before, upon, and as long as the system is being used. And these are to explain the money factor. I think that is all for finding and results part. Thank you.
I will explain on the issues and challenges of ICE on SMEs. The first one is the collection of financial data. In respect to the issues that have been explained in the finding section, the issues in utilizing the function of ICE by SME have arisen where the new entrepreneurs do not keep record of the cash flow of the business. As they are new to the business, they are keen in making money with no interest or skill in managing the cash flow. SMEs may also face difficulties in tracking the flows of money. They may find that it is hard for them to settle the other obligations such as employee salary, office rent, and many more. The entrepreneur should also be aware of the importance of keeping the record of financial data. The next one is the storage of financial data. The issues that arise is duplication of data. It arises when SMEs do not have the necessary accounting knowledge and skills in making use of ICE. It is important to the organization as they will use simple platform to manage the data and to create a copy of records as a different entry, but in the same database. It will then result in the complicated process to retrieve the accurate data. Duplication of data may also bring harm to the organization where it will lead the business in providing inappropriate reporting and less informed decision. The bad quality data will give impact to the decision-making process. The next one is the processing the financial data. Processing financial data is when the computers are used to store data and undertake the activities in managing transactions. Processing the financial data that is controlled by accounting information system helps the organization in speeding the decision-making process. It is found that expected outcome from the system will vary on levels of efficiency. The quality of result may not always be in accordance to what has been expected by SMEs. Results from lack of data collected will not producing a good quality of data. Accounting computerized system is criticized for being able to destroy an organization. As if the system is being left unprotected, it will lead to unauthorized access of the system, high possibility of data loss, theft of confidential data, and misuse of confidential data is the issue that frequently happen during the processing of financial data. SMEs have to pay attention on the security of ICE such as change the password frequently, enable data encryption, enable backup of copies, and control access toward the use of ICE. ICE has prevented the organization to carry out prime function and processes. ICE is a computerized system where the risk of losing information always happens in the organization, especially when the system crashes. There could also be a chance that all information and documents could be lost. Organizations face difficulties in accessing the data stored. It will prevent and delays the organization to carry out other functions and processes. Most of SMEs record financial transactions manually. It is more easy to access and retrieve data. However, it is different with ICE as it is difficult to get the same access to the data in the system. Access can only be done by the authorized person. The next one is managing the financial data. It helps to maintain the performance of the company as it can be used for the implementation of future strategic planning. When organizations anticipated poor financial management, they intended to incur high costs for the development of new accounting software. SME will be struggling in exploiting
the full functionalities of ICE. It is due to lack of technology skills among existing accountants within SMEs in making use of accounting software. There are also internal gaps and limitations that are faced by SMEs in order to plan, implement, and manage the resources effectively and efficiently. It is hard for organizations to make decisions, and they will be struggling to achieve goals and objectives of the organization. SMEs may also have a difficulty in evaluating and managing the ICE. It will arise if SMEs do not have the appropriate expertise in that matter. There is also a need to evaluate whether the system is worth of using it to SMEs. Through the evaluation of accounting system, SME will know if there is a need to upgrade and improve the current system, so that the system can be used more efficient and effective in the future. The result of evaluation can be used for decision-making process. It is also important for SME to manage the system in order to maintain the capabilities of the system in order to achieve goals. Therefore, SMEs have to provide current employees with training courses and seminar in order for them to have a better knowledge and skills in evaluating and managing the accounting system. The next one is the correction of action. As we all know that ICE is not new to the business, but the advantage of implementing ICE on SMEs is still not proved in the organization. Even though ICE has been implementing on SMEs, organizations are still having problems. The budget and final count emphasize the social importance where products of ICE are more conducive for non-financial data disclosure than SMEs, which are mainly concerned as it is only for financial disclosure. For a big company, social importance is crucial to construct sustainability strategies. They also use accounting software to exploit various financial and management reports produced to make financial decisions which are critical in accomplishing the organizational goals. SMEs adopt ICE due to its function in collecting, storing, processing, and producing financial and accounting data. It is to manage the business finance and control the cash flow of the business. The adoption of ICE within SME is to ease the process of bookkeeping and to eliminate the accounting errors.
I will continue on the other two issues that associate with data producing function. The problem of virus attack and lack of confidentiality in the system of SME may lead to a poor quality of information. A poor quality of information may negatively affect the decision-making process, and consequently, due to that, the business will suffer. The arise of operational issues within SME, such as cyber risk, a poor use of accounting system, and a human error will not only lead to an inaccuracy of data, but will also cause a duplication of data, and SME will have a difficulty in accessing data. The second part of discussion is on the time model. Time is constructed as time, infrastructure, money, employee. From this model, we could see how every issues in each factor interrelated to each other. We use this model to support the result of issues and challenges of SME that have discussed previously. The first factor of time model is time. It is found that the use of ties in SME is ineffective and time-consuming, as it may be affected by infrastructure and employee factors. In the factor of infrastructures, SME may face the challenge of keeping up the pace of dramatically changed technology and constant development of accounting system. It is ineffective as SME may take a long time to adopt and make change to the system in order to be aligned with the technological development. The fundamentals of information system or information technologies of SME may differ from the larger organizational. This is because the large organization are capable of developing their tailor-made system which meet their specific needs. Compared to SMEs, many of them choose to adopt the off-shelf system as it is reasonable and cost-effective. Thus, we could see that the current accounting system within SME, the off-shelf system, is not effective as we can deny the fact that the system is unable to meet their specific needs. Even though the adoption of ICE brings many benefits to the SME can avoid the existence of inhibitors that may damage the functions of the system. For example, the occurrence of security breach may lead to a loss of important data. SME may also experience a resource poverty. This problem may even create an internal gap between SMEs in planning, implementing, and managing their information system and information technology resources. Besides, they may also face a challenge in job creation. As ICE is new to the SME will need to spend a lot of time in segregating and creating duties for the employees in preparation to implement ICE. Many SME assume that a proper system control is only required for larger organizations. Hence, a careful planning and strong justification process need to be undertaken should the control of the accounting system in SME be poorly managed. However, it is not an easy process to be done. Next, in the factor of money, it was found that money has critically affected the adoption of accounting system in SME. This can be seen in terms of purchasing the system and maintaining it. If the SME intend to develop their own accounting system that meet their own specific needs, they may need to invest a significant amount of money. Lastly, in the factor of employee. Upon the implementation of ICE, there is a possibility that it may cause a drastic change in accounting profession. It may lead to a lack of internal expertise of IS and IT that responsible in maintaining the performance of the system. The existing accountant within SME may need to learn more about new things, especially in the IT-related matters. Therefore, SME may need to invest more money to train the existing employee or to get external support.
I will explain the conclusion. As a conclusion, SME's business activity face special concerns that represent serious issues and challenges in the adopting of ICE. The implementation of ICE plays significant function in adding value of SME's management and sustainability. The issues has arisen when new entrepreneurs are adopting the ICE into the new business. Two may result in the discussion, which is the issues and the challenges based on ICE function and time model to analyze the issues of ICE function. This factor model explains the relationship between the issue on ICE function and four-factor model on how these are interrelated to each other. How do you think SME can achieve the goals? The SME should implement strategy by directly to all employees so they are aware with operational accounting practices. The strategy will link up with the function of ICE through specific factor, which is people, investment, and infrastructure. For the first factor, people, which is the owners and managers, should able to strengthen their skill in accounting practices. They must aware the adopting ICE is very important to business. For the factor of infrastructure, the owner must aware the specialized accounting software so that they can able to evaluate their condition of business. This is because when they develop the ICE adoption, they are able to adequate investment for ICE adoption. The investment factor will assist the owners to make decision making, and they can improve their effectiveness and also improve their performance of the business.